It arrived without warning. A flicker of light on a Hawaiian telescope, faint, fleeting, almost invisible. At first, no one noticed. It seemed like nothing more than another small asteroid, one of the millions drifting endlessly through the black. But that tiny glimmer carried with it a story unlike any other. A story that would challenge everything we thought we knew about the cosmos. Because within hours, astronomers realized this was not a normal visitor. It wasn't from here. It wasn't bound by the gravity of our sun. It had come from beyond the stars, a traveler from another system, cutting across our cosmic neighborhood like a silent whisper from deep time. They called it Aumuamua, a Hawaiian word meaning a messenger from afar arriving first, a name that felt prophetic. For this was the first known interstellar object ever detected passing through our solar system. A messenger from the unknown. A fragment of another world. On October 19, 2017, at the Pan-STARRS Observatory atop Haleakala in Hawaii, a team of astronomers spotted something odd. A speck of light moving far too fast, on a strange, hyperbolic path. Within hours, orbital models confirmed the impossible. This object was not orbiting our sun. It was passing through, a visitor that had come from the void and would soon be gone forever. Nothing in the vast catalogue of known comets or asteroids moved quite like it. And that's when curiosity turned into astonishment. For billions of years, our solar system has been its own quiet island in the cosmic sea. Occasionally struck by debris born of its own creation, asteroids, comets, icy fragments from the Oort cloud. But this time, something foreign had entered. Something ancient. Something that didn't belong. By the time humanity saw it, Aumuamua was already speeding away, moving at 54 kilometers per second, faster than anything we could ever hope to chase. It came, lingered for a moment, and vanished into the darkness between stars, never to return. But before it left, it offered us a mystery that no one has been able to solve. As telescopes tracked its fading light, scientists noticed something strange. Its brightness changed dramatically every few hours, rising, falling, flickering like a shard of glass tumbling in sunlight. That meant it was rotating irregularly, spinning end over end, not smoothly but chaotically. Its shape had to be unusual, long, thin, and uneven. Some thought it resembled a cigar, nearly 10 times longer than it was wide. Others said it was flat, a pancake-like disk catching the sunlight as it turned. And its surface? It glowed faintly red, suggesting it had been scorched and weathered by cosmic radiation for millions of years. It was old, older than Earth, older than our sun's family of planets, possibly older than the solar system itself. But what was it? At first, scientists assumed it was a typical asteroid, a lifeless piece of rock. But its behavior defied that idea. When it passed near the sun, it accelerated, ever so slightly, without any visible cause. No jets of gas. No dust. No tail. Just a silent, steady push that made no sense. It was the first time in history that something had moved through space in a way that physics couldn't explain. Some theorized that it might be made of hydrogen ice, evaporating invisibly under sunlight and providing an unseen thrust. Others proposed it was composed of solid nitrogen, perhaps a fragment torn from a frozen exoplanet like Pluto. But even those explanations left gaps. There was no visible vapor, no trace of sublimation, only silence. And so, a daring theory emerged. Dr. Avi Loeb, a Harvard astrophysicist, proposed that maybe Aumuamua wasn't a natural object at all. Maybe it was artificial, a relic, a probe, or a fragment of alien technology. He suggested it could be a light sail, a wafer-thin structure designed to harness the radiation from stars, just as a sailboat catches the wind. a technology humanity itself has only begun to imagine. If that were true, then Oumuamua was not just a traveler. It was a messenger, proof that someone, somewhere, had walked the path we now dream of. A sign that the stars may not be empty. Many scientists disagreed, calling it speculation. But even the skeptics couldn't fully explain what they were seeing. Oumuamua broke every rule we knew: its shape, its acceleration, its silence, and its timing. It appeared precisely when our instruments had become advanced enough to notice. Almost as if it wanted to be found. Years later, the James Webb Space Telescope revisited the data. Its sensors revealed faint traces of something unexpected, slight metallic reflections, possibly the signature of composite material, or perhaps something hollow. Could it have once been a vessel? A probe whose mission ended eons ago, now drifting endlessly through time. Tracing its path backward, astronomers discovered it had come from the general direction of Lyra, the constellation home to Vega, one of the brightest stars in our sky. But Vega is far too young, only a few 100 million years old. Oumuamua must have come from somewhere else entirely, perhaps another system billions of years older. That means it could have been wandering the galaxy for hundreds of millions of years, drifting through starlight and darkness, across regions where civilizations may have once risen and fallen. It might have seen the birth of stars, the collapse of suns, the formation of worlds, and the extinction of entire species, all before it ever came close to Earth. Others believe it might be the broken fragment of a world destroyed by a supernova, flung into the void when its parent star exploded. A shard of a forgotten civilization, frozen in motion, carrying with it the memory of everything it once was. And then, in 2019, something remarkable happened again. Another interstellar visitor, 2I, Borisov, entered our solar system. This time, it was clearly a comet, complete with a gas tail and dust, behaving exactly as science expected. It proved that such visitors exist, that objects do wander between stars. But Oumuamua remained unique. It was still unlike anything else. Where Borisov followed the rules, Oumuamua broke them. It behaved as if guided by something more than gravity, as if it had a destination, or perhaps a memory of one. Today, it continues its eternal voyage. Past Neptune. Past the Kuiper Belt. Beyond the edge of the Sun's dominion. Drifting into the deep, black sea of interstellar space once again. It carries no signal, no message, no voice. Only silence. But even that silence speaks to us. Because for the first time, we caught a glimpse of something not of our solar system. Something alien, ancient, and unknown. Perhaps it was a coincidence, a natural traveler, crossing our path by chance. Or perhaps, somewhere out there, it was meant to be seen. Either way, it changed everything. It reminded us that the universe is vast, mysterious, and full of secrets waiting to brush past us when we least expect. Every star you see could have its own travelers, its own messengers crossing the dark. And maybe, just maybe, one of them stopped by, to remind us that we are not alone. Somewhere beyond the reach of our telescopes, Oumuamua continues its journey, silent, timeless, carrying the echoes of forgotten worlds. It glides through the dark with the patience of eternity, a messenger without a voice, a traveler without a home. And perhaps, one day, humanity will follow, beyond the sun, beyond the planets, beyond everything we know. Into the great interstellar sea, chasing after the same questions that brought Oumuamua here. Until then, its mystery remains. A story half told by the stars themselves. Subscribe to our channel and thanks for watching.